Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I will explain you why Terraform state file is more important and it is a core concept in Terraform. So it is very important for any person whoever is running Terraform command. It's very important to maintain and manage your state file. When you run for the very first time, it will generate the terraform.tf state file in a JSON format. That JSON file is going to be the source of truth, and it basically contains the resources information in that TF state file. And let's say when you run Terraform plan and Terraform apply, basically it will do a three-way comparison. Number one, which is nothing but your TF state file, that will be compared with your let me explain what is a three-way comparison. Number one is your state file. Number two, which is going to be your .tf file, the Terraform configuration file which you develop for your automation. Number three, which is going to be your cloud provider. It will compare between these three. Outcome of these three comparison, based on that, it will either create a resource or modify the resource. If there are no changes, it will simply do nothing. And finally, as I mentioned before, it's very important to manage your state file. Your state file can be in local, it can be in source control, or it can be in remote state. Out of these three different methods, the most recommended one is remote state. I'll put a different video explaining why remote state is better than local and source control. Without further delay, let me go back to the demo. Okay, this is my simple Terraform state file, Terraform file, where I'm going to create two resources, one with EC2 instance and my VPC. Terraform plan. Okay, let me run Terraform init. Yeah, I'll pause a video, it takes some time. Okay, Terraform init is complete. Now I'm running Terraform plan. When you run a Terraform plan, as I mentioned before, it's going to compare your current file. Since there is no Terraform TF state file, it's simply going to create what I define in my configuration file. Okay. So if you look at here in the, let me maximize it. It's going to create two resources in the cloud provider. My cloud provider is AWS. Okay. Now Terraform apply auto approve. As soon as it connects to your cloud provider, it will generate the TF state file. Since I'm running it for the very first time, it simply will go and create these two resources, my AWS instance and my AWS VPC. Okay, going back to my browser, let me refresh here. Okay, you see this is only one resource is running, and then if you go back to my VPC, there will be one more resources will be created. VPC. Okay, so if you look at here, the ends with 47. That is what we have created. Instance and VPC, sorry, ends with 2D. So this is the one what we created. This is a default VPC, which you can ignore it for now. Okay, so now I have the state file. As I said, right, it is a JSON file. If you look at here, it's actually the resources is actually in the list format. Since I have two resources, the first one is going to be my AWS EC2 instance, and then second one is going to be my VPC. Let me pull it down. Okay, so see, you see here, there is a second one is my VPC. Okay, so you can check, right, instead of going back here and checking. The advantage of having a Terraform state file, you can very well check what you have created. Terraform show. It simply tells you what it is created as part of your configuration file. Let me minimize it. You can see the list of resources what it's created, and you see lot of other information. It's basically nothing but these are all like attributes. I will when I give a video on variables, I'll explain you what are attributes in AWS in HashiCorp Terraform. Okay, there are other commands. Terraform list. Okay, sorry, Terraform state list. It will tell you what are all the resources that we created as part of this configuration file. If you see here, AWS instance is the resource type, and this is the name of the resource, and AWS underscore VPC is the resource type, and my VPC. We wanted to check only one of the resource, Terraform state show, and then you can simply copy this. Okay. Control V. It will only show you one of the resources. Instead of seeing both the resources, you can see, if you wanted to see just one resource, you can see it in that way. Okay, now I'm going to do few things let me go back to here. Okay, going back to my presentation. So now I just explained you what is this state file and some of the useful commands. Okay, so 1 and 2 is complete. Now third one, delete resources from AWS and run Terraform apply. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go here and going to delete this. Okay, simply I'm going to delete the one what I created. Delete VPC. Let's say some user who is having access to the AWS portal is coming here and deleting it. When I go back to my Visual Studio, when I execute, so if you see here, I have created this one in the current state, but in the desired state, I always wanted to create one VPC and one EC2. Okay, so I'm going to run Terraform apply even auto approve. If you see now, the existing EC2 instance is still there, but only I've deleted the VPC. See, when I run this Terraform command, it compared. Okay, it compared with the configuration file. It compared with your TF state file, and then and also it compared with the resources here. So it says that apply complete, only one added. Even though my configuration file has 2 resources, but it's only one added because since I have deleted manually here, the one what I deleted, that was get created using the Terraform apply command. If you go and do a refresh, that will be created. So if you see, it will not be created with the same ID. It will create with a different one. Okay, fine. Now going back here, what is next? Modify configuration file and run Terraform apply. So let me go back to the configuration file. The configuration file is nothing but my Terraform file. Going to .tf file. Here I'm going to uncomment this. What I'm going to do, I will show you that in a minute. If you go back to my EC2 instance, you go back to my EC2 instance, this one does not have any name. Okay, that's what basically what the presentation says. Modify configuration file and run Terraform apply. Okay, so I'm going to create the tag name my EC2. Since it's already there, let me use some different name. Let me put my name. Okay, so let me rerun it. Terraform apply auto approve. This time the resources is already there, only I'm doing some modification. So basically what I'll be getting it now, I'll get 0 added and 1 change. That is what I'm expecting now. See, if you see here, 0 to add, 1 to change. Okay, going back to my portal, if I do a refresh, see right now it is empty. Whatever that I have created, that will get updated. Okay, so that is what modify configuration file and run Terraform apply. Delete the state file and run Terraform apply. What I'm going to do, I'm going to delete this state file. Yeah, you see there is a state file here. I'm going to delete it. So what it will think, yeah, since there is no state file, it assumed that we are going to run it for the first time. That's why it's very important to maintain your state file. Let's see. So now I gave a Terraform apply. Right now the state file is empty. We go and refresh here. It's created the new one, because since the Terraform state file was already deleted, simply it thinks that it's a new request, and that's why you are seeing 2-1. And even if you go back to your VPC, there will be, earlier there was 3, one is the default one, and then one what we created before. Now with this new command, there will be total 3 VPC will be there. Previously it was 2. Now you can see there will be 3. With your VPC. Yeah, I said right, there will be 3. That's why you have to be very careful in maintaining your Terraform state file. If you like this video, please like it and subscribe it. Thank you.